Manever I say ma PENDREAM TV. PENDREAM TV there, osia dem yopo.
This action of late is causing a lot of problem in various political parties in our democracy, which Beatrice Annan, a communication member of the NDC, has also come out to analyze it and also said a lot of things about what the EC is doing, which she think will cause a threat to our democracy. Without much ado, I would like you to join me listening to what she said into detail. Thank you. But before we go, I would like you to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for more updates, like and also share to other members as well. You can also leave a comment after watching or send us your suggestion through our WhatsApp number, which is 0277128777. Please, your comments are most important to us. Do leave a comment after watching. Thank you.
What we have is an electoral commission, which is the Annex C of the MPP party. The electoral commissioners are more pedestrian than the MPP social media communicators.
Oh, really?
The electoral commission has brought the office of electoral commission into disrepute so much that this is the only electoral commission that you see exchanging letters and making releases and fighting almost everybody who has an issue with the electoral commission. You see, the reason we agreed as a republic to have IPAC is to clear every doubt in the minds of the political parties, to allow the political parties to come to a consensus, Jojo, and come to a consensus in decision making. The Maisho Afarijan had his challenges with political parties. MPP will have issues with him, NDC will have issues with him. They will resolve at IPAC. And the practice has been that anytime there was an issue, both political parties will say that we will resolve it at IPAC. The MPP were those who called for the biometric verification. And at IPAC, the parties resolved it. You have the same with Charlotte Osei. If they had their issues, they may raise it in the media, but they had their resolutions at IPAC. What you have is more like a rubber stamp electoral commissioner who is so adamant and is just against doing the right things that you can't even understand for the life of you whether Jane Mensa understands what democracies mean. Because even in South Africa, where you have a one-party state, literally, like one party dominating, the Electoral Commission doesn't behave the way Jane Mensa is behaving. It is an eyesore, and she would always hide under the phrase, the independence of the Electoral Commission. The Electoral Commission is not so independent of the people's power. You owe a duty to every democracy to make sure that you are fair, you conduct a free election, fair, and you are candid. You don't have to behave like a party foot soldier trying to cook stories and evidence. And Madame Jane Mensa is a lawyer. In law, we say that where a party makes an assertion capable of proof, he does not merely repeat the assertions as proof. He comes to say that, she comes to, let me take it first of all. She comes to say that, first of all, there were some biometric or BVRs which were obsolete. And so the old commissioner took a decision to replace those obsolete materials, and they said no. Looking at the short-term use of these materials, they were better off replacing. And then when they replaced it, the cost was lower than the cost of the maintenance. That is also false. She posited half-truth. Barry, can you give me that your printed statement?
Which one? Do you want the fact check or the clarification?
What you are holding.
Okay.
I have the soft copy. You know what the Electoral Commission...
Actually, today is the fact check.
Yes. You know what the Electoral Commission did? They give a title. It's still a release from the Electoral Commission. They have given it fact check.
If you look at the documents properly, they are speaking on two different
on
issues.
26th April 2024. They are released. You know what they did? They sought to give Ghanaians what they believe was the cost of acquiring the BVDs and the BVR kits. I want to find out from the Electoral Commission, when they acquire the BVDs and the BVR, do they run on air? They run on softwares. So the Electoral Commission deliberately omitted the cost of softwares, logistics, visas, consulting from the total cost of acquiring these machines to paint an impression that they were on a cost-saving mechanism. Madam J. Mensa, we can read through you. There was no cost-saving mechanism. This is a procurement matter. And like Bryce Simon and Imani and other people have said, somebody is benefiting from these procurement. Oh, and thank God the Supreme Court has set a precedent that procurement breaches are enough misconduct for the purposes of interpreting the Constitution and is grounds for the removal of the Electoral Commission. So at least one would just be applying the law. The Electoral Commission also sought...
But she said it was done transparently. If you read the statement of the fact checks, I don't know who went
transparently. When she has omitted...
They had the communication from what I read with the stakeholders.
If something is done transparency, if something is done transparently, it doesn't lie with you to say that it was done transparently.
That's true.
The facts will show that it was either transparent or not. Why has she omitted the cost of the software, like logistics, consulting, and other things from this?
Even the abrogating of the contract.
Yes. You see, Annie, but what is, yes, you can have it. What is more worrying, Annie, is the shenanigan that the EC wants to play. You recall that the NDC raised an issue of the 10 BVDs or BVRs getting missing. And first of all, they came to deny it. They said it was never true. Nothing was missing. Then we intercepted. Then we intercepted a memo. We intercepted a memo that showed that they were now asking people to, account for the BVRs they have. Now they say that, we concede it
after the minority held a press conference.
Now they say that, we concede it is missing. And so we have even reported the matter to the police. I remember very well Dr. Manibuama on News File went into the studio when Dr. Srebro was there and asked, when did you realize that these BVRs were missing? He said, sometime last month. When in last month, he couldn't say it. But you see, we will not put out all information at a time. We are setting a trap for the EC. This EC says that, even the ones you are complaining about that it was found at the recycling plant, you know what? We auctioned it to a private company because, again, the excuse, they were obsolete. Maybe they should find another synonym apart from obsolete because their weak defenses are becoming a bit of a cliche. And Annie, I ask myself, what is J. Mensa doing? J. Mensa is a threat to the democracy we are enjoying. And sometimes it hurts me that she's a woman. Because then she'll make a bad case for women. But of course, just like there are bad leaders, male bad leaders, there are good female leaders. You know what, Annie? Before you can auction any good, a public good for that matter, you need to use an auctioneer, a licensed auctioneer for that matter. So not everybody can auction a public good. Now, in this, their so-called fact check and case check and whatever titles they give to their press releases, the Electoral Commissioner failed to tell us who is the licensed auctioneer who auctioned those BVDs. And it is not just an auctioneer that you need. You need to publish the fact that you are going to auction. Because, Annie, you know what auction means?
Yeah.
You are doing the auction by bidding. So 4 companies can come and say we want to bid. So this person puts in the offer. Another person puts in the offer. Another person puts in the offer, then the highest bidder will get it. Where is the publication?
For auction.
For the auction. Anytime the NDC catches the Electoral Commission and the other commissioners, the MPP foot soldiers who were appointed recently, they will come up quickly with a post-facto rationalization. They'll find a rationale. But you see, let me serve a notice to the Electoral Commission that they can do so much and as much ado about nothing. You remember in Asin North, they brought electoral officers who in cahoots with the MPP people. If you are going to vote, they'll give you 2 ballots. This one, it's not somebody said it too. I was at the polling station where an electoral officer gave a voter 2 ballot boxes together. Go and vote for Charles Opoku.
You mean ballot boxes?
Ballot papers. To go and vote for Charles Opoku. And the vigilance of the NDC exposed that electoral officer. So,
was he arrested?
What's the name of that police station? We want to know.
It's an Asin North. I don't know the specific name.
You can describe.
Oh, it is close to where Gabi felt
on
frustrated.
a speculative mood. It's not good.
It's close to where Gabi got frustrated.
Was he arrested?
Yes, we reported her to the police, and the police had to.
It's a lady?
Yes, it's a lady.
How come we didn't hear anything about
Why
that?
would you hear?
No, I mean the media.
Because the vote.
Who told you? Nobody heard about what you're saying. Nobody.
Nobody heard it.
Are we not all in the space? Nobody heard it.
So what I'm trying to say is that the Electoral Commission, this time, our eagle eyes are on them. If you look at the vigilance and the mechanisms you are putting in place, Mensa will have the story. I mean, she'll wake up one day and will be so devastated and walk to her office and declare President Mahama as the president. Because you see, just like we discovered the stolen BVRs, just like we discovered that they are lying, and Imani, by Simon specifically, let me mention him out for the good job he's doing. And if all civil society, some of which have been bribed into numbness, will join the NDC in raising the noise, Jane Mensa will sit down. But let me say that the victory of the NDC cannot be curtailed. 2020 is not 2024. 2016 is not 2024. And so if they are guided by the past election, and if the confidence of the NPP matches in the face of the mismanagement we are experiencing, the excruciating hardships we find ourselves in, if their hope is the Electoral Commission, then they should sit up. Then the vice president might as well come back to the Flagstaff House and start working. Because this time we have served notice. We will match you boot for boot. And for you to be seeing these number of statements from the Electoral Commission, it tells you one thing and only one thing. That more than ever, the NDC is vigilant. We will keep exposing the Electoral Commission in public, and in private, we will keep taking measures to curb the rigging of the election. What happened in 2020 will not happen again. That I can promise you.
Thank you for your time and thank you for watching. PENDREAM TV really appreciates your time. Please, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so for us. Hit the notification bell. Like and also share to other members to watch as well. Thank you.
Dedi kama amena PENDREAM TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.